The hospital lights were too bright. That kind of sterile brightness that hides the smell of fear but not its weight. I wasn't supposed to be there. I had no ID badge, no white coat, no title. Just a pair of worn-out shoes and a name no one respected anymore. "Security! That man doesn't belong here," one of the nurses shouted the moment I stepped off the elevator. 2 guards turned toward me instantly. But then, a sound echoed through the hallway. A sound that could freeze blood. Flatline, long, loud, endless. "Code Blue! Pediatrics!" a voice screamed over the intercom. I didn't move. Not away, not toward. I just stood there staring down the hallway, heart pounding. I knew it. I could feel it in my bones. The little girl in that room. She was dying, and no one in that building, no matter how smart, how rich, how well trained, knew how to save her. But I did. The rain hit the pavement like nails. I stood across the street from St. Augustine's private hospital, watching limos pull up and elite doctors rush through private entrances. I had been banned from this place 3 years ago. Banned for unscientific practices, for refusing to play by the rules, for saving lives in ways that textbooks couldn't explain. They called me a fraud. They took my license. They ruined my name. But I wasn't here to beg for redemption. I was here because a little girl was dying, and something inside me told me I had to be the one to help her. My phone buzzed again. Same message I'd been getting every day for the past 2 weeks. "It's happening. Room 5 on un train. Don't be late." I never knew who sent it. I still don't. But I knew one thing. If I ignored it again, that girl would die tonight. So I crossed the street. "Where's the specialist?" a man shouted from the other side of the nurse's station. He was tall, maybe mid-50s, but his face was pale and cracked with panic. He wore a suit worth more than my old apartment, and he was gripping the hospital bed with white knuckles. "My daughter's not breathing," he screamed. One nurse tried to calm him. "Sir, we have the best pediatric cardiologist in the city." "I don't care. Get someone who can fix her." Behind the glass wall of room 5113, the girl was shaking. Not violently, just enough to know her body was fighting. Losing. I recognized the symptoms immediately. It wasn't just cardiac arrest. It was neurological too. Her brain was shutting down, organ by organ. Whatever they were doing in there wasn't going to work. They were missing something. I stepped forward. "Let me in." The nurse snapped her head toward me. "You? Are you insane?" The billionaire turned to me like a hawk. "Who the hell are you?" I looked him dead in the eyes. "My name doesn't matter. What matters is that I know what's happening to your daughter, and I know how to stop it." Everyone froze. He stepped toward me slowly, looked me up and down. "You're not a doctor here." "No," I replied. "They say you're a fraud," he added. "I'm not asking you to believe in me," I said. "I'm asking you to believe in saving your daughter." Silence. Then, he moved aside. "Let him in." The doctors inside protested. "Sir, this is highly unorthodox." "I said let him in," he roared. When I walked into the room, everything slowed down. The beeping, the panic, the voices. I could only see her, maybe 7 years old, her skin nearly grey, her lips blue. The machines around her were going crazy. Her name tag read Amelia. I bent down and whispered in her ear. "I'm here now, just hold on." Then I closed my eyes and placed my hand lightly over her chest, not touching, just hovering. One of the nurses shouted, "What is he doing?" But I ignored them. I focused, because what I was doing wasn't in any medical journal. I was listening, not with ears, not even with logic, with something deeper, something they had trained out of me when I was in medical school. Her body was screaming, but not for surgery, not for defibrillators, for alignment. Her entire system was in collapse because of a single trauma, not physical, emotional, cellular memory. Something had shocked her soul more than her heart. So I whispered again. And then it happened. She gasped. Not just a breath, a surge. Like her body had been pulled back from another dimension. All the machines started stabilizing. Her heart rate, normal. Blood pressure, rising. Oxygen, back. And then her eyes opened. The room erupted. Nurses screamed. One doctor dropped the chart. The billionaire fell to his knees. And I stood there silent. 5 minutes later, I was escorted out. Not by security, but by the billionaire himself. He walked me to the lobby shaking. "What did you do?" he asked. "I reminded her how to live," I said. "That's not science." "No," I smiled. "It's something older." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a checkbook. "How much?" I shook my head. "You already paid me." He looked confused. "With your trust," I added. Then I turned and walked out into the rain. If this story moved you, if you believe that miracles can happen, or if you've ever been told you weren't enough, leave a comment below. I want to hear your story too. Have you ever done something no one believed you could? Tell us in the comments. And if you want to hear what happens next, what Amelia told us after she woke up, and who really sent that message to my phone, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to believe in something greater. Because this is only the beginning.